Hello everyone. Are you a good reader? I used to be a good reader when I was young, and somehow I remember those days my books were my big treasure and I used to love them. And over time, the reading habit slowly went away from me with the life's busyness coming in. And then subsequently, more recently, I managed to restore that habit again into my life. That's what I wanted to share today through my experience, how I did that, and then also to share some tips that may be useful if you are also looking to bring this powerful habit into your life again. Stay with me. As I mentioned, so I always liked the books very much. Even though I didn't get much time subsequently, I always remember when I went for shopping or anything, whenever there is a bookshop and I try to go and really touch the books. And also sometimes I bought books and those books ended up in bookshelves and I didn't probably get a time to read them. So I was thinking, when can I read these books? Maybe in the retirement. So somehow books ended up in the bookshelves and I never paid too much attention to it. And also in an attempt to do the reading, I remember sometimes trying to read in the evenings and just before sleep trying to read, and it didn't work either effectively because I was very tired. Then I went on to research more about the life and how to improve life and all of that, and came across the work from Robin Sharma, Hal Elrod, and others. And if you know the work from Robin Sharma, he talks about the importance of reading and learning. And every single day, at least in the morning, waking up at 5 a.m., spending 20 minutes at least for learning every single day. So that was powerful and I really wanted to do it. And then I bumped into the work of Hal Elrod in his Miracle Morning book. This is a great book. And in his Miracle Morning book, he talks about the value of reading. And it is one of the powerful habits that all the successful people have followed as well. And he shares some quotes like, leaders are readers. And then also he talks about, if from one of the quote is that, if not for the books you read or the people you meet, in 5 years' time, you are the same person as today. It just probably slightly differently worded, but that's the quote. And that's true because our improvements will come from the knowledge we gather. So I wanted to go and start that habit. And then I started waking up early morning and started reading. And actually it worked because when I started reading, some days I kept reading for 1 hour continuously in the morning, and using the whole time I was reading in the morning. And this time, because I started with the self-help books or the self-development books, slowly my reading habit picked up. Now for about nearly 2.5 years or 3, I have been doing this continuously. And I can say a lot of books I have been able to read that otherwise I wouldn't have been able to do. And I have shared the list of the books in my website in the resources section in case you are interested to know the books, in case you are interested to think about the books that you want to read as well. They are there. So now I'll share with you. So the habit is there. It's really a powerful habit and it's really good habit because that gives you the knowledge. How did I start doing this one, or some of the tips that will be useful for you? One tip is definitely be intentional. That is, put some time aside in the morning. Try to wake up a little bit earlier than usual time so that you can put yourself ahead and do this habit, and be intentional and do the reading. You don't need to do a big portion initially. Maybe do a 15 minutes. Maybe do just 10 pages a day, something very smaller so that you don't feel like it's a big task. That's the first thing. The second tip I would say is, when I was reading initially, because I needed to get back into the habit of being very mindful and reading, I started to listen to some of these books using Audible, which is available in UK, and all the audiobooks that are there in YouTube you can listen, but really not looking at the screen, more listening to the book. And in that way, the content again I had heard in my head, and it was easier when I was reading them. So that's another tip. But slowly over time, I didn't need to keep that. I just put that aside and kept fully focusing on reading. That helped me to establish the habit. That's my second tip. The next tip is always try to reread a book. First time when you read, definitely it's good knowledge. And also try to look to implement things. And that's why the rereading becomes very important. When you first time find the knowledge is useful, if you implement those things, they become your skill. They'll improve your skills. Therefore, always look to reread the books that you're reading. That will really strengthen your knowledge. Finally, a great book is something that can take you to places where you have never been to. And also, what I found more was there can be many challenges happening around you and you can feel very discouraged. But an inspiring book can really bring life back to you and give you hope and inspiration. That's what the powerfulness I saw in this reading habit. And therefore, why I wanted to share this was more than anything, I saw the power within this habit. And I wanted to really, not trying to impress you, it's more to inspire you and tell you if you want to do it, you can do it. Because initially, I also probably thought that I don't have enough time to do reading. However, by changing the focus and really shifting the focus, I found the time and I built a habit and I continue to do the reading. That's my encouragement for you today. That's what I wanted to share with you and to really encourage you to think about and implement this powerful habit into your life. If you found this video useful, please share with others. And also don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful time.